And hi to everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So in this video, we will discuss on how we can create a program or create an application that add menu strip using the Visual Basic Programming. You can subscribe, like, and share. So basically, we want to create this kind of applications. So this application, we name it as a sorting application. We have file menu and sort menu. And then in this application, we have a picture box that display an image. And then we have a list of games names. So this one is displayed using the list box. Okay. When you click on the file, it will display two submenu, exit and about. And then when you click on the sort, it will display three submenu, ascending, descending, and original order. Okay, for example, let's say I click on the sort, and then I click on the ascending. It will sort from A to Z. And when I click on the sort and go for the descending, it will sort from Z to A. And then when I click on sort and original order, it will come back to the original order that it's get from the text file. So let's begin the tutorial on how we program this application. Okay, next at your Visual Studio, when you open your Visual Studio, you create a form. So in your form at the design part, you can look at the toolbox, and then you can go for the menu and toolbar. So at this point, at menu and toolbar, you can find menu strip. So you can drag and drop this menu strip on your phone, on your form, and then you will type file. Okay. You can put N, this symbol N, to let you have underline at your F later. So you also can add a submenu, exit and about. So for exit example, how you can add the shortcut key, you can go for the properties and then find the shortcut key, click on this button and it will display this box, and then you can click on the control and select E and then click enter. So this on how you add the menu strip, the main menu and the submenu. And then for the picture, you can go tools and add the picture box. And for the list box, you can go to the tools and find the list box. Okay, this is the list box and drop down. So basically, you design your first interface, and for your form, you can change the form name into sorting application. So the text will display sorting application. So first, you need to design the interface. Okay. The next part, you design. Okay. When you click on the file, it will display exit and about. So for exit part, okay, you put me.close. So it will close your application. For about, okay, for this example, I put that a message box. So when your user click on the about, it will display a message box with this text. So this is the first version of sorting application. Okay, this one is the string, and then continue with the new line. So developed by NJ. So this message box will be displayed when the user click on the about. Okay, the next point. Okay, I plan that when we start or run this application, so that's mean when the form load, it will display a list of games from a text file. So what I did here, when the form load, so you double click on your form. So this one, form1 load. So you need to get a data. So get a data, I create independent sub procedure. So you can go for the get data. So this is what we call as independent sub procedure. Okay, what the get data do? Okay, first it will identify the file name game.txt. Where you need to put this games.txt, you need to put under your resources file. So in file, you need to declare dim in file as the io.stream reader, and then dim integer line, this one in order to calculate how many line of your file. So you need to identify if the file exists, then it will do this one. Otherwise, it will display it will do nothing. So you need to open your games.txt file and then read all the line and get the numbers of line. So this one gets the numbers of line. So you will put all the data in the text file into an array. Because of that, you need to declare an array first under the class form1. So public games as a string. So this one is an array. So you will use an array, dynamic array. At this point, you redeclare again that your array here contain these numbers of length. That means usually we put games 5. So that means we have 0 until 4. Okay, the value that this array hold is 5. But in this case, we put as a dynamic array. So after we read the numbers line, the lines, numbers of lines in the text file, then we decide what are the total array. So the total number length, the total of length minus 1. So that is the total array. Then you redeem game integer line. So for integer equal to 0, this one is looping part until the numbers of length here. So you will be get the data from the file into the array. So for example, the first one games 0. So at the memory 0, it will get the first line. At memory 1, it will store the second line until the last line. It will store into the array, and then you close the file. Okay. After you get the file, you need to put your string into the list box. So at this part, I use add list. So this one is another independent sub procedure that I use. So I create add list. So we get the data from the text file, and then we put the data from the text file into an array. So at this independent procedure, get the data from the array and then put into the list box. So first you clear your text box and then do the loop. So the number of integer line here is based on the line of list from the text file. That's why you need to get the value from the get data. Okay, get the value. So you get the integer line. So now you pass the value by the pass the data by value to this independent sub procedure add list. So listbox1.items.add. You add one by one based on the array or based on the string that being stored in the array. Okay. So when your form load, it will call the get data, and the get data will call the ListBox. At this point, when you click start, it will display your number of games. Okay, for the sorting part, from A to Z, you just use array.sort. This one is the array that you have declared. In this code, we use games. And then at least, this one called the independent subprocedure, games.length -1. Okay. For the sending part, you put array.reverse array games, and at least the games array into your list box. And for the original part, you just call the get data, so it will get the data to you. So this is basically on how we create an application that allow you to sort and allow you, for sorting, we have ascending, descending, and back to the original part, and allow you to get the data from the text file. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you can try on creating that application. So in this video, you already learned on how we use the looping using the for and next in your Visual Basic Programming. And you also learn on how to get the data from the text file. And then you also learn on how to declare an array. But in this video, I show you on how to declare an array using the dynamic array. Okay. And you also should know on how to create the independent subprocedure. So that's all for this video. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.